Hey you guys, did you notice in A Scanner Darkly, the colors get more washed out and desaturated over the course of the movie? It's a subtle effect that mimics the hollowing out of the characters' lives as they descend further into addiction. But what are some of the societal reflections A Scanner Darkly attempts to explore? This mind-bending sci-fi holds up a disturbing mirror to contemporary society in several ways. Most obviously, it offers a bleak vision of the epidemic of drug addiction and the damage it can inflict, both on personal and societal levels. Philip K. Dick drew from his own experiences to portray addicts not as criminals, but flawed human beings, trapped in a cycle of self-destruction. The story invites viewers to empathize with their suffering, casting the drug abuse epidemic as a public health crisis rather than a moral failing. Beyond addiction, A Scanner Darkly also foreshadows troubling developments in government surveillance technology and erosion of privacy. Its depiction of agents spying on citizens through invasive scanning devices seems prescient in our age of digital monitoring and data mining. The film's scramble suits, which allow agents to conceal their identity, raise questions around anonymity and the deception in law enforcement. These speculative sci-fi elements prod us to reflect on how we can uphold values like privacy and trust in an increasingly high-tech society. At its most philosophical, A Scanner Darkly is an exploration of the fragile nature of identity itself. As the protagonist Bob Arctor loses his grasp of self, the story powerfully dramatizes how our sense of I can fragment under pressure. This cerebral sci-fi tale urges us to contemplate the mystery of consciousness and our vulnerability to forces that might unravel it, be they addiction, surveillance technology, or our own troubled psyches. In these ways, this cult film remains highly relevant in its reflection of contemporary crises surrounding drug abuse, privacy, and human identity. A Scanner Darkly achieves one of sci-fi's highest callings to not just imagine futures, but turn a mirror on our own reality. Its skillful social commentary adds poignancy and depth to the tale's surreal, mind-bending vision. But the film also works compellingly as a human drama, thanks in large part to Philip K. Dick's semi-autobiographical source material. By fictionalizing his own experiences with drug addiction in the 1970s, the author lent the story an intimate, emotionally raw quality. We engage deeply with the character of Bob Arctor as he is gradually hollowed out by his double life as an addict and undercover agent. Through Arctor's inner monologues, we gain insight into the paranoia and despair wrought by addiction, leading us to empathize rather than judge. The emotional authenticity in depicting this interior struggle represents some of Dick's most personal and affecting writing. This heartfelt source material gained even greater power when translated to the screen by Linklater's savvy direction. His decision to animate over live-action footage using interpolated rotoscoping intensified the story's surreal, drug-fueled atmosphere. The innovative visual draws us into Arctor's fragmenting psyche, mirroring his lost grip on reality. Meanwhile, Linklater's true gift with actors energized the cast, allowing them to deliver performances brimming with humanity and vulnerability. Most powerful is Keanu Reeves as the anguished, addicted Arctor, in the role that Reeves called challenging because the character was so fractured. The empathy Reeves brings grounds the existential head trip. Rounding out the principal cast, Robert Downey Jr. fully inhabits the motor-mouth paranoia of drug dealer James Barris. Winona Ryder brings warmth to her supporting role as Arctor's friend Donna. But minor characters also leave an impression, from the spaced-out ramblings of Charles Freck to the predatory machinations of Hank, portrayed with a menacing edge by Woody Harrelson. The script and direction grant each of these small roles a striking specificity that brings Arctor's world to life. We are drawn into the textured humanity of characters that, in lesser hands, might have been mere addicts or villains. Beyond outstanding direction and performances, A Scanner Darkly derives much of its potency from the genre-defying richness of Philip K. Dick's source materials. Straddling the lines between sci-fi, crime fiction, and psychological study, the story touches on countless thought-provoking themes. The sci-fi future of invasive surveillance confronts us with timely questions around privacy and identity. A Scanner Darkly uses speculation about the future to illuminate universal truths about human nature. It's ultimately a story about loneliness and the difficulty of knowing ourselves and connecting with others. Through Rawteur's dismantled identity, our deepest fears are dramatized, that we are not who we think we are. And that is why we love A Scanner Darkly.